Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the commencement for the Bullis School Class of 2023. The processional will soon begin. Your applause is welcome and encouraged for all students, but please refrain from shouting out during any part of the ceremony, as this may distract from the enjoyment of others in the audience and the request of the graduates that every student be celebrated. Your cooperation is appreciated. And now, please welcome dignitaries and special guests of Bullis School, the faculty, and the students of the class of 2023.
first. Please stand. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, family, friends, distinguished guests, we present the Bullis class of 2023. What an incredible welcome. Good evening. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to our Bullis School commencement for the class of 2023, our 93rd graduating class. We come together today here in this magnificent hall that's at the Music Centre at Strathmore to celebrate the accomplishments of this fabulous class and the important life transition that occurs with their graduation. Please be seated. Last week, when I contemplated these opening remarks, I resolved that while we're here to celebrate the most joyous occasion, and that we're absolutely going to do that, it would be disingenuous of me to ignore the nature of the 4 years of high school that our seniors have experienced. Seniors, your 9th grade year, such an important transitional time was rudely interrupted in March 2020 by the pandemic. Your sophomore year was massively compromised, especially at the beginning when you came to school in your blue and gold cohorts. Seems such a long time ago now. Thankfully, your junior year saw a gradual return to something approaching normality. Although those infernal masks, the tedious testing, and disappointing positive results still had to be endured. And I'm thrilled that your senior year has been what a final year of high school should be. While I do want to acknowledge the impaired and historically bizarre nature of your high school years, I also want to congratulate and thank you for your leadership, especially as role models for the younger students, and for your perseverance. I'm relieved that you've been able to experience the intrinsic elements of being a senior at Bullis. Experiential ed at Claver, homecoming, the senior basketball game, Habitat for Humanity trips, and more. These sentimental, bittersweet lasts that come with graduating and help find closure with high school and move on to the next stage of life are so important. You have thrived and succeeded despite the hardships. The faculty, your families, the Board of Trustees, and the Bullis community are proud of your achievements. And achievements not merely measured by college placement, terrific though they are. Rather, we deem that who you are as people is so much more important. Much is expected from this class. We believe the best is yet to come. And as I remarked at the senior award ceremony, let's not forget the benefits of failures and disappointments too. Not gaining the grade you wanted when you tried so hard, the harsh athletic loss to a great rival, heartbreak and overcoming a sadness all contribute to instilling in you a sense of grit that will be crucial when the tough times arrive, and arrive they will. And your next stage of life, with regards to Bullis, is as an alumnus. You have the opportunity to have a lifelong relationship with your alma mater. Increasingly, our alumni are choosing to participate actively in Bullis traditions, new and old, and continue their connection with the school. We currently have 36 parents who are alumni, and next year there'll be 6 alums on the board. And that doesn't even count the hundreds of alums who are active in the Alumni Association and who are increasingly participating in events. Last winter, I received an inspiring letter from Howard Hanson, an alum, class of 1948, and actually Mr. Simpson went down to see him this spring. This is his 75th reunion year. Your reunion year will be 2098. When you attend homecoming that year and watch us beat prep, perhaps your parents, and certainly I, will be looking down upon you with pride and joy at your achievements over the lifetime. And as you gather with each other, before, during, and after the game, I hope you will look back fondly at your time at Bullis, all those years ago, and with deep fondness and gratitude. Parents, can I ask you to stand? Parents and guardians. I want to thank you deeply, of course, for the support you have shown your children, but also the support you have shown to Bullis and our faculty. In the 3 short years I've been at Bullis, I've been continually awed by the community spirit and the desire to do the right thing. Thank you for your partnership. Colleagues, students and guests, please join me again in thanking our amazing parents. Thank you. And to reciprocate, I know that the students and parents join me in thanking our amazing faculty, not just the upper school faculty and leadership and college counsellors, but also the teachers through the years who have helped get you to this place. I am sure every parent, every student can remember a lower or middle school teacher whom you look back upon with fondness and gratitude. Please join me in thanking our faculty and high school leadership team. Joining me on the stage this evening is Kira Orr, Assistant Head of the Upper School, Dean of the 12th grade class and alumnus of the famous class of 1993, Bobby Policino, our Upper School Head, who has completed his 19th year at Bullis, and finally, the Chair of our Board of Trustees, Pat Caulfield. I will invite Pat to speak in a minute or two, but first, I want to acknowledge the extraordinary work of our Board of Trustees. While I'm completing my 3rd year as head, I was heavily involved even the year before that, and since then I've been deeply moved by the commitment and wisdom of our trustees. They truly give of their time, talent and treasure, and for few plaudits. It's unsung work, but Bullis is fortunate to have a group of volunteers who give so generously and in so many ways, and the prime exemplar of that is Pat Caulfield. Pat is a Bullis parent, current chair of our Board of Trustees. Pat, his wife Connie, their son Owen, class of 2014, and their daughter Fiona, class of 2020, bleed blue and gold. And that's even with Pat being an alumnus of a school that shall not be mentioned. Pat has served on our Board of Trustees since 2012 and 7 years ago became chairman. He's entering his final year as a trustee and chair, and our community is fortunate to benefit for his advocacy of Bullis, his wisdom and his steadfastness. 3 years ago, when virtually all other schools around us remained closed, Pat, encumbered by a new head of school, trusted and fully supported our decision to open. Thank goodness. I'm very grateful. Please welcome Pat Caulfield.
Christian, thank you for those very kind remarks in your introduction. Before I address the class of 2023, I and the Board of Trustees would like to publicly recognize Christian for the extraordinary brand of leadership he has brought to us here at Bullis since his hire in October of 2019. Christian formally started his tenure July 1st of 2020 in the midst of the beginning of the pandemic. He has been relentlessly courageous, visionary, and strategic in his pursuit of Bullis's destiny as a national leader in independent education. I'm not given the time tonight to spell out all of his accomplishments in just his first 3 years here at Bullis, but to all of you, they're already manifest. The growth in enrollment, the trajectory to long-term financial stability and security, and student achievement and wellness above all else. I'm proud to announce that last month, Christian and the Bullis Board agreed to an extension of Christian Sullivan's contract, which now provides for him to be here at Bullis for at least 7 more years, including on our 100th anniversary in 2030. And now, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the Bullis class of 2023. It's a day you've worked so hard for, waited so long for, and that you will remember for the rest of your lives. We especially want to thank you today for something you might not have thought of yet, and that is your very significant contribution to the reputation and the history of Bullis School. You may think of Bullis as a giant old institution with a $50 million annual operating budget, 102 acres, 220 faculty, and almost 1,000 students. And it is all of those things. But Bullis, the giant institution, is judged really by one thing and one thing only, and that's the quality of its graduates. And this big institution produces only a select number of graduates each year. This year, 127 of you. The 127 of you carry the flag for this school, like the graduates before you, forward for the rest of your lives. We're very pleased and proud that you are the ones that have this responsibility. To be sure, the class of 23 is off to a great start with its stellar matriculation list, which is a reflection of many things: your ability, your hard work, the quality of the instruction you received from our magnificent faculty, the discipline you were taught at home, and the wisdom of your parents' financial sacrifice and investment in you. And in part, it's a reflection of how colleges prioritized your Bullis transcript over others based on their past experiences with Bullis grads. In the long continuum of Bullis graduates, you stand on the shoulders of those who came before you, and those who come after you will stand on your broad shoulders and on the Bullis reputation that you will grow and enhance during your college years and beyond. One final thought I'd like to leave you with. As you may or may not know, Bullis is a nonprofit, non-stock, perpetual corporation with no shareholders. The translation of that is Bullis has no actual legal owners. The closest thing Bullis has to owners are its graduates. As of today, that includes you. This is your school. It doesn't belong to anyone else. Each of you worked hard here and built onto the reputation of Bullis in academics, athletics, and in the arts. Please stay connected to Bullis now and for the rest of your lives. You'll be very glad that you did. Congratulations to each of you, and Godspeed.
Thank you so much, Pat, for that warm welcome. I apologize for Pat's and my rather unplanned, albeit genuine, mutual admiration society. A little embarrassing. This is about the class of 23 and their families. It is my great pleasure to introduce Sage Hinton, who will deliver the class welcome. Serving as co-president of the Student Government Association this year, Sage led the charge and consistently embodied SGA's all-in theme. This theme perfectly describes Sage's commitment to our school. Whether on stage leading an assembly, representing Bullis on the track, or learning within the classroom, Sage has been all in as a bulldog. Under Sage's leadership, upper school assemblies have been more inclusive, engaged numerous student affinity groups in presentations, and become forums for expressing community appreciation. Emanating enthusiasm for all things Bullis, Sage helped launch new events such as the Spring Pep Rally, while continuing to honour important traditions in our community. In addition, she was a member of 7 national championship track teams, both indoor and outdoor, in her upper school career, and this year Sage served as the team captain. Sage's natural curiosity, sophisticated critical thinking guide her to achieve excellence in the classroom, as well as tackling the rigours of numerous AP courses in both the humanities and sciences, where teachers commended her for her dedication to deep understanding of the material. A natural leader in the classroom, Sage was always eloquent, respectful and insightful. She will continue to have an impact at Stanford in the fall, where she will study neuroscience. It hasn't even been that long. Please welcome Sage Hinton.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Sullivan, Bullis faculty, members of the board, families, friends, and my fellow graduates of the class of 2023. On behalf of the class of 2023, I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us as we celebrate not only the end of an era, but also the beginning of a new one. When I was a little girl, I was overly sensitive and I cried all the time. Even my preschool teacher's daily reports included a comment section on whether I cried in school that day or not. But by the time I entered the 3rd grade, though, I discovered a remedy for this curse of vulnerability. I told myself that every time I felt the need to cry, instead, I would count the number of years until my high school graduation to avoid unwelcome tears. For years, I would count 2015, 2016, 2017, and so forth. And by the time I reached 2023, there were no more tears. Instead of tears, I imagined graduation with my classmates, sitting in our caps and gowns, waiting to walk from one side of the stage, which holds our memories, to the other side, which holds our readiness to venture out into the world and our futures. Now that we're here, I have to say, this moment is much more remarkable than I imagined. Throughout our high school years, Bullis has fed the class of 2023 hope. Let's be honest, we had a rough start, and that hope was definitely needed. In the spring of 9th grade, we were forced to do school from home, and we couldn't help but wonder how many of our high school milestones would be compromised. Will we get to experience the milestones of prom, parking in the senior lot, in-person graduation? In the first year of upper school, we were meant to forge connections and bond, yet we could not connect with one another like we were meant to do. Despite there being many question marks around our future in high school, we did not let that uncertainty hinder us. Although we didn't have the traditional community structure, we figured out how to connect ourselves. Freshman year, the Netflix original Outer Banks was released. Although this was a show we would normally congregate in the lobby of Discovery Center to talk about, we pivoted, and we found hope as we discussed the plot line in Google Meet breakout rooms. Sophomore year, we were split between blue and gold hybrid schedules when attending school, but Bullis held community days. We're reigniting hope as faces became recognizable again. We played and laughed together, and we talked about who had the most stylish mask. Junior year became the year of recapturing the normal. We focused our energy into showing up to Bullis-hosted school events, ensuring we were the most spirited grade. I'm sure we can all recall the level of scream the class of 2023 sustained from the relay events all the way to the 4x100 at Bullis Olympics. The spirit our class displayed rekindled hope for the type of leaders we could be during senior year. And finally, senior year came, where our collective hope fueled us to honor Bullis traditions and start new ones, such as a senior lock-in and a spring prep rally. We realized this was the year to celebrate our progress, to leave our mark, and to be all in. Today, we're able to sit here in this beautiful theater, looking back on everything that has happened and know we have made it. As a class, we have benefited immensely from the support and care we have been graciously shown by our administration and faculty, as well as the care we have shown to one another. I've witnessed our connectivity and competitive hearts make Bullis an environment that allows success not just for the individual, but for the group as a whole. And it is this environment at Bullis that has allowed us to find ourselves during the struggle, because they were struggles we helped transform into rewarding experiences that encompassed more joy and appreciation than the discomfort itself. I've seen each of us face challenges, but never alone. As a class, our shared trials and tribulations have led us to genuinely appreciate the ability to connect at Bullis. Yes, we as a class have had our disagreements or moments of division, but we understand that part of becoming an adult is about maturing and developing our own views, while also stepping out of our comfort zones to respect and appreciate the different views that surround us. This is a true sign of the culture and community at Bullis, where we have learned to make room for both alignment and disagreement and grow with both. What I love most about us is that we prevent each other from settling or giving up, and we motivate each other to strive for greatness while enjoying the process. We're able to sit here today and celebrate while simultaneously envisioning ourselves in our next chapters of life. The chapters full of opportunities, the chapters rich in accomplishments, the chapters filled with joy, and the chapters Bullis has prepared us for. I stand before you today feeling emotional with the reality that there are no more years to count, but also feeling confident that I can reassure that overly sensitive little girl that she is ready. And that you all, class of the 2023, are ready. I'm so proud of you and I'm grateful for you. I'm confident in knowing that each and every one of us will take our loyal, bold, and invincible characters into our future. Thank you, class of 2023, for the support, the growth, the love, and thank you, Bullis, for the hope. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sage. Sorry, this thing seems to be still alive. You know, when Sage was talking then, and I'm about to introduce the valedictorian, it occurred to me, and I was looking down the list of prize winners from last week, and I always feel this at every graduating class, that there are so many students who aren't individually recognised at a graduation ceremony or even an award ceremony. I have to tell you, I feel this more this year than ever before because of the strength of this class. There were just so many people that could have spoken today, spoken last week, or gained prizes and didn't. And I always feel conflicted with that. That's part of becoming, I suppose, more full of grit, but I really do feel it, and this really is a tremendous class. Sage, thank you very much for your remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the class valedictorian of 2023, Charlie Yang. Insatiably curious, with a solution-seeking mind and catalytic nature, Charlie Yang is purposeful at everything he does. Within a very strong academic class, as evidenced by the college list, Charlie has earned our Outstanding Scholar Award in all 4 years of upper school. By giving up his study hall and taking 7 classes every year, Charlie has taken advantage of nearly every honours and AP course we offer in all areas of academics. I've got to pause here because this next statement is still blowing me away. He has earned 5s on each of the 12 AP courses he's taken. I could probably leave it there, but I've got more. A naturally gifted math student, Charlie mastered 5 additional math and science courses through Hopkins, Harvard, and Stanford. Last summer, Charlie was selected as one of only 75 students to participate in UC Santa Barbara's research mentorship program. He spent 6 weeks analysing mathematical models and is completing a soon-to-be-published scientific research paper on evolutionary theory. Charlie's engagement is pure, his curiosity is authentic, and his dedication to research comes from a genuine excitement to make unselfish progress for the betterment of humanity. He's a champion for Bullis student tutors and has helped spread their message across the world in over 80 countries. In everything Charlie does, he considers how his participation can benefit the greater good. We are confident that we will make a massive impact at Princeton next year. Please welcome Charlie Yang.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I would like to welcome the Upper School Administration, our head, Mr. Sullivan, the Board of Trustees, our Bullis faculty, our families and friends, and my classmates, class of 2023. Well, as Mr. Sullivan has mentioned, I have been interested in math since I was a little kid. But I wasn't able to find the true fun and beauty behind math before I came to Bullis. One day, I saw Mr. Moreau playing a clip of card trick on YouTube in math class, as he does, and he encouraged us to be curious and to figure out the why behind the magic trick. With his help, I started developing a mathematical model describing the essence of the card trick. His mentorship and my curiosity has led me to successfully figure out the why behind the magic trick and why it always works. Learning and searching for a mathematical explanation of the why and how a magic trick works, it's likely of no significance of the progress of human race. But I think fulfilling one's curiosity is significant in and of itself, especially for something that we want to delve deep into the course of next 4 years, and perhaps even beyond. So as we embark on this next phase of our education, let us be curious about the subject or subjects that we plan to study at college. I'm sure that we all have discovered something that we are genuinely curious about throughout our time at Bullis, be it activities, sports, arts, or classes. No matter what that thing may be, class of 2023, as we go forward on our individual path, I encourage all of us to stay curious. Naturally, we will likely to be curious about whatever we are going to pursue at college. However, in addition, let us also be curious about the subject or subjects that we do not plan to study at college. Going to major in math like me? Well, why not check out classics and Latin and ancient Greek? Well, if you are hoping to be a sports star, why not try out some history? In English class this year, our teacher urged us to consider taking 2 classes, no matter what subject we are going to major or minor in: art history and comparative religion. I know some of us might, but I would probably not major in anything that's related to anthropology, art, or religion. However, this does not and should not stop me, and us, I hope, from being curious about these subjects. It is a mostly post-Renaissance thing that humans started to draw boundaries between different subjects. For example, separating physics, biology, chemistry from philosophy, which simply means the love of wisdom in ancient Greek. Why not be a true lover of wisdom and be genuinely curious about everything that we have the opportunity to learn? Not all of us may be able to create an art masterpiece, but every one of us can be curious about how they were created and to develop the skills to at least appreciate them. It is hard to imagine the sense of joy that trying something new out of curiosity can bring to us. From the first day when we walked into our human geography classroom to the last day when we walked out from the site of the human Habitat for Humanity, I'm sure that there is at least one moment when our experience here at Bullis has sparked our curiosity and led us to greater joy. As we begin the next phase of our lives, college and beyond, let our curiosity continue to encourage us, as it has during our times at Bullis, to explore new places, to develop new hobbies, and to embrace new communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Charlie. I'm sort of glad I don't have to follow that with a substantive speech. Thank you. Our faculty is instrumental in the success of our students, and I appreciated the way that Charlie opened his remarks with talking about the mentorship that he received when he first came to Bullis in his math class. We have many, many fine teachers here at Bullis, and we every year select 4 teachers for special awards. It's very difficult. There's one award that is the David S. Stone, and we're going to get onto the Blair Awards shortly. But this year, it is my pleasure to award the 2023 David S. Stone Foundation Excellence in Teaching Award to Andrea Durham. The teachers don't know they're going to get these awards, so there's a little bit of surprise. Andrea can be found supporting our students from one end of the campus to the other, literally. During her time at Bullis, Andrea has taken on more responsibilities in the classroom and added classes every year that she's been here. She joined our community originally to help the health of our student athletes in the training room, but quickly showcased an aptitude that extended beyond the athletic centre. She's taken over our kinesiology and rehabilitation course while also adding entrepreneurship principles to her course load. In addition to these roles, she has also supervised our student trainers as part of our activity requirement. We are truly fortunate to have committed and dedicated teacher such as Andrea working with our students every day, and we look forward to her continuing to extend her reach across our community. Congratulations, Andrea. Our next faculty awards are the Richard K. Young Faculty First Awards. Years ago, the Blair family bestowed a special endowment in honor of Dr. Young so that we could recognize 3 outstanding faculty members each year with an award. I would like to invite David Blair to the podium to present these awards. David, when you're an alum, it's always embarrassing, isn't it? David is an alum of the class of 1987. Everyone's working out his age right now. Sorry, David. Class of 87, a current Bullis parent of 2 middle schoolers and a proud past parent of graduates from the class of 2015, 2018 and 2021. Please welcome David Blair.
Good evening, and again, congratulations, class of 2023. It's my pleasure to present the Dr. Richard K. Young Faculty First Awards. The awards are named in honor of former Bullis Head of School, Dr. Young, who believed in honoring the quality efforts of our teachers. We give these awards to 3 faculty members who demonstrate excellence in teaching and embody the values of Bullis School. The 3 recipients receive our recognition as well as a stipend to reinforce our support of their important efforts. The first award, for ensuring our top priority is to develop students' thinking and understanding, for serving as a true collaborator, working with and supporting our teachers to improve instructional practice, for maximizing opportunities for meaningful learning, for modeling a growth mindset by staying updated on the latest in teaching and bringing research-based best practices into our mathematics classrooms, and for leading Bullis to ensure equitable learning opportunities in math. This Faculty First Award goes to Christy Ray. And our next Faculty First Award recipient provides exceptional student-centered academic experience for all students, fosters a culture of belonging by creating opportunities for students to see themselves as scientists, uses research-based best practices and activities not only for the classroom but for the division. As an example, she brought the popular Bullis Builds Engineering Challenge to the middle school and created a robust curriculum for Discovery Days, the field trip in the Florida Keys and the Everglades that was commended by education leaders in Florida. This Faculty First Award goes to Karen McFall. Okay, and our third Faculty First Award, this upper school math teacher has made a tremendous impact in our community, both in and out of the classroom. She got her start in the middle school and then later moved to the upper school, where she brought her infectious energy and deep content knowledge to her students. She continually seeks opportunities to grow as an educator and develop lesson plans that support the growth of her students in a positive and engaging manner. She fosters a dynamic and supportive classroom environment. She is developing many of our younger math students in Algebra 2, while also pushing older students to dive deep into AP Calculus. Outside of her math classes, she guides our field hockey program and recently started a new opportunity for leadership in the athletic program, the Bullis Athletes Leadership Council. She builds meaningful relationships with her students and colleagues through her humor and can-do attitude. And she just led her first Habitat for Humanity trip, showing yet another way she supports our community. We are truly fortunate to have such a committed and dedicated teacher working with our students. This Faculty First Award goes to Caitlin Zolak.
I seem to have to bring these down every time. Congratulations to Andrea, Christy, Caitlin, and Karen. And indeed, to all our teachers for a terrific year, for all their hard work and dedication. I now get to recognise the 10 graduates who have attended Bullis since 3rd grade, our lifers. These are the students, this is the earliest at that point that students could come to Bullis. Of course, nowadays we have kindergartners, so the qualification is becoming a little tougher, but this was still a long haul, and that's why they're known as lifers. So I'm going to call their names out. As I do, I'd like you to stand. Let's hold the applause, if we can, to the end. Griffin Hodge, Luke Lamotta, well done. Mason Metro, Clark Norman, Ella Rossoff, Emily Rubenstein, Luke Schumacher, Logan Sterren, Maeve Zimmer, and Ronan Zoir, our lifers. It is my pleasure to introduce, he doesn't need much of an introduction, but to introduce the head of our upper school, Bobby Policino, who will give the charge to the class and read the names of the class of 2023. Mr. Policino.
I do not have to lower these after Mr. Sullivan. Good evening, welcome, and congratulations to the class of 2023. Graduates, you began your 9th grade year full of energy and enthusiasm. You finally reached high school and all the freedoms that come with it, only to have it come to a crashing halt in the spring of your freshman year when schools across the country closed. You did not know when or if you would return to Bullis. In the fall of 2020, Mr. Sullivan, our Board of Trustees, and school leaders had the courage to reopen the school. Your parents trusted us with your well-being when they sent you back to campus that year. Ultimately, it was you, the students, who would weather a storm of learning in a hybrid environment. Anytime we encounter a storm, we have two options. We can run, or we can charge into it. As a class, you chose the courageous path of the bison. Let me explain. In the Western Plains, you can see a storm approaching from far off in the distance. In those plains, there are large cattle ranches out there, and the cattle are scared of the storm, and they begin running away. They can never outrun it. The storm catches them, stays with them as they continue to move. Had they never moved, the storm would have passed them more quickly. The bison, on the other hand, sees the storm and runs towards it. The bison know that by running into and through it, they will spend the least amount of time in it. They understand the best way to approach a challenge or an obstacle is to move through it. And that requires courage. Not the type of courage we might see depicted in an action movie, but the courage Mary Ann Rodmacher talks about when she says, "Courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, 'I'll try again tomorrow.'" That's the courage you demonstrated in the spring of 9th grade and throughout 10th grade. By your junior and senior years, this courage propelled you to new heights and successes in the classroom, the arts, and athletics. Each of you has an opportunity to bring this courage with you to a new campus next fall. As you prepare to depart Bullis, I encourage you to never stop learning. Learn from your successes and your failures. Learn from love and from loss. Learn from the cards you are dealt, not the ones you wish you had. Learn by taking risks. Always strive to learn and grow. And most importantly, I encourage you to seek meaning in your life. John Gardner stated, "Meaning is not something you stumble across like the answer to a riddle or a prize in a treasure hunt. Meaning is something you build into your life. You build it out of your past, out of your affections, out of your loyalties, out of the experience of humankind as it's passed on to you, out of your own talent and understandings, the things you believe in, the people you love, the values for which you're willing to sacrifice. All the ingredients are there. You are the only ones who can put them together into that unique pattern that will be your life. Let it be a life that has dignity and meaning for you. Each of you has a set of gifts and talents. Some are you already aware of them. Some of you are just scratching the surface. I challenge you to embrace the courage you demonstrated at Bullis as you strike out into the world to make a positive difference in your life and the life of others, to live a life with meaning. Thank you. It is now time to confer the diplomas. Mr. Caulfield and Mr. Sullivan, I present to you the class of 2023. They have completed all requirements for graduation as set forth by the Board of Trustees.
Mr. Policino, the board authorizes you to confer the diplomas on this year's graduates. Thanks.
Zane William Adnan. Fallon Marie Albertini. Humaira Tashvia Ali. Sydney Taylor Anzalone. Ariel Alma Asare. Sarah Megan Ashkin. Aubin Elizabeth Ball. Chase Kendall Band. Miliana Jolie Barth. Sophia Bella Bename. Marai Janess Bernard. Ryan Jean Bigelow. Estelle Bischoff. Alexis Caitlin Blank. Alexander Charles Blunt. Alexander Renaud Bonham. Eleanor Ann Brault. Connor Braxton. Nicholas Michael Brazier. Morgan Janae Bridges. Blake Maxwell Bryant. Naomi Renee Calhoun. Daniel David Cantor. Zai Chen. Noah Gabriel Cherner. Gabriel. Kirk M. Clay Jr. Ava Maxine Cumberbatch. Bryce Harrison Daisy. Nicholas Dalforno. Jarrell Isaiah Davis. Grant Reed Ettinger. Teray Dwayne Franklin. Aiden James Gallagher. Margaret Isabella Gambino. Alexa Nicole Gerald. Blake Harrison Glickman. Alexa Fallon Goldberg. Ryan Elizabeth Gouge. Mila Sharon Green. Sienna Chase Greenleaf. Haley Ray Greer. Jackson Lewis Groves. Oliver Grant Hammer. Ryan Harrison. Elizabeth Lauren Herr. Sage Alexa Hinton. Griffin Reed Hotch. Situng Huang. Eve Elizabeth Huntington. Devin Matthews Hushin. Michaela K. Jackson. Benjamin Josie. Marzan Ula Kareem. Shri Vivek Kara. Olivia Ruth Keel. Luke Joseph Lamata. Lauren Renee Leith. Hannah Simone Levy. Chien Yi Lee. Hannah Banning Lowe. Dylan Arvin Malkani. Charles Max Maynor. Safi Margub. Sarah Margub. Victoria Grace Marshall. Ian Gabriel Martin. Maya Nicole Mathis. Ryder William McFeely. Mason Harper Metro. Etta Makichi. Kiana Mariam Mohammadian. Victoria Stanley Moreau. Riley Morgan Nelson. Jackson Nickel. Karis Elise Taylor Naboa. Clark Alexis Norman. Jade Florence Ofatan. Miles Casey Pendarvis. Kyla Rain Phillips. Sophia Josephine Reinhardt. Anthony Thomas Rinaldi. Franco Rafael Rapoli. Tucker Raghub Rook. Ella Madison Rosoff. Caitlin Taylor Rowan. Emily Shayna Rubenstein. Akshura Santosh Kumar. Luke Taylor Schumacher. Reagan Keziah Schwartz. Ziyang Shah in absentia. Sage Kalyani Sharma. Sydney Mary Ellen Shaw. Get a picture? Jack Robert Sherbakow. Gabrielle Milani Skiles. Asha Barbara Smith. Lindsay Faith Smith. Madison Jocelyn Smith. Adam Michael Speck. Bryce James Stevenson. Logan Robert Starren. Quinn Michaela Stroud. Chase McCormick Sunter. Carson Edward Harris Talbot. Brandon Roderick Taylor. Grisham Tolan. Dylan Tolan. Matthew Michael Arnold Till. Sasha Braylove Ugel. Nicholas Marco Vaquera. Kenneth Tucker Wade. Zifei Wong. Junyong Wu. Haituan Xu. Pien Home Shu. Yasichi Shu. Zibo Shu. Kuan Yan. Meha Yong. Chiwei Yong. Zheng Yong. Michael Andrew Yao. Francisco Rod Young Yokel. Chung Hao Zhong. Rihan Zhou. Jianing Zhu. Maeve Isabel Zimmer. Ronan Kalaria Zwa.
Graduates, please stand. Graduates. Is that a Vivizola from the South African World Cup a few years ago? I think it is. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. Distinguished guests, family members, faculty, friends and trustees, I have the distinct pleasure of presenting to you the graduating class of 2023. The lyrics for our alma mater were written by our former head, Larry Bullis, class of '54, a son of the school's founders, Commander William and Lois Bullis. The song has been sung at Bullis for decades now, and the lyrics echo the school's early ties with the Naval Academy. Please stand. Thank you to everybody for making this such a wonderful, joyous occasion. Congratulations again to the families, the graduates. Without further ado, I ask you please stand for the recession for the seniors and the faculty and remain in your seats until all the graduates and faculty have left. Families, guests, trustees, thank you so very much. Good evening and congratulations.